Greetings, Jedi traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring you the daily recap or daily trend for week 28, day 1. It is July 10th, 2017. Hey guys, as always, please seek financial advisement when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only. To support your knowledge in the market, see what's going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan and always manage your stop when placing a trade. All right, Jedi traders, good to see you. Took the week off last week from posting any daily trend, so rolling into Q3 here. Let's get started. Let's take a look at the charts and give a big welcome to the E-mini Russell here on the CME. That's right, the CME. What a nice trending futures, as the TF Russell still has months to go on the ICE exchange, but when you do the numbers at $125 in data fee to the ICE exchange, or $5 integrated into the CME package with the other indices, you do the math. And of course, volume is a huge consideration. As we can see here, the RTY as listed here, 2,554 contracts traded between the Globex and the U.S. session. So keep that in mind. But we'll take a look at the charts today, and you'll see exactly how it's very possible to get in a solid trend trading the TF Russell on the CME now as allocated RTY. All right, quick recap here. AM session took about 30 minutes to get things going on the indices this morning. A little bit of a pullback overall in the market after pre-session actually was pretty much a V reversal. You had a Globex up, you had a pre-market downside, mostly indices holding out at the Globex low. And eventually markets took a while, about 30 minutes to get going, eventually found an uptrend and just pretty much held through the mid-session on all four indices. PM session continued to slow grind upside, holding at the highs, each market finding its prospective highs on the indices, and in the last 50 minutes giving up a little bit of that traction upside, as the RTY having the deepest pullback. So we welcome the RTY to the four indices. Low volume again for a Monday. Not much in the econ highlights department. We had labor condition, consumer credit, and not much in the news. All right, let's jump right into the let's go to market internals. There we go. Taking a look at the daily gap. So again, a little bit of a change on the charts. As you'll see, I've added now the RTY here to the screen. Again, it's going to take a little bit of time here. As you can see, there's still a little bit of data here, but doesn't go back too far. So not many open gaps to speak of. We got an all-time high up here of 1434.6. Again, you can see the volume down here on the RTY here on the Russell. Again, we got some days where price action, we'll take a look each day, see how that lifts throughout the weeks. But again, pretty minuscule, but trending wise, we got some nice movement. But we'll get to that chart here in a little bit. So RTY, all-time highs above. NQ, a little bit of consolidation. We got open gaps still down below. Again, volume still a little bit under par on all three indices, as you can see across. Lift to action off the lows, but still in consolidation. We got 57.68 nearest open gap. YM still in consolidation at the tops with the all-time high. Nearest open gap still down as we start the week, 248. And the ES, next open gap downside, 23.15.75. AD lines across the board. Again, we got that market action pulling back a little bit this morning. You can see here on the NYSE. And then finally that nice lift, just slow grinding with that little bit of a pullback to finish off the session. NQ pulling down to negative 25. And as we play around here, we're going to keep it Russell AD line, as we don't have one for the RTY. But right now, the TF Russell finding its low down here with outlier numbers around 1110 and negative 1235. So we'll be observing that in the weeks to come. All right, let's jump into the big picture for the day. Let's go start to the RTY as We promised to show you what trend looks like even on a low volume market, and there it was. Same strategy as it is every day. Let's go ahead and show you the high probability setups that we're looking for, whether it's to the long or to the high. And yes, we had a nice opportunity to the long and to the short. High probability setup where Heikin Ashi bars are underneath the cloud, showing the highest probability setups when everything is in sync. Now, it doesn't mean you can't take an entry when just the 534 is in sync and price action is below the cloud. We can actually look for setups when they're above the cloud. And we got a nice move here on the NQ. Actually, this was from last week, so we got both long and short positions. But here it is. We're looking for price action above the cloud or below the cloud, in sync with as many charts as possible. All right, and when we talk about that cloud, we are not relating to the Ichimoku cloud. We are relating to the 5144. So let's jump back into the RTY as we're looking for that highest probability setup. Again, all markets moving like molasses today. There it is, T3 moving average crossover. I would say that the preferred setup might have been down here at around 10, 11, maybe post 40 minutes of the market, as the T3 moving averages had not yet crossed over. Again, you had the similar setup here that did not work out. So there for that little clip down. And then finally the breakout, T3 moving averages had already crossed over. Price action is above the cloud. You got a 534 sync. It's a valid setup. It looks good. Higher probability setup right here. As all three in sync, you jump in and you hold on to the upside. So either way, nice move up to the PM session, and there was that deeper pullback. Again, better setup was right towards the close, but at this point, I'm not a big fan of PM session trading as we see here in the afternoons. Not bad on the RTY, almost 50-50 split, but when you jump into markets like the NQ, you can see the wider gap on the NQ versus the smaller time spent in the PM session on price action moving forward. All right, so NQ, nice move over here on the morning session, about post 15 minutes. Solid Heikin Ashi bars. T3 moving averages had crossed over. Again, I can make a valid setup over here. Didn't last long. Price action most likely took you out at your break even. But nice move on the downside. That was your first solid setup of the AM. And then right here at about 10:19, we started to have a setup, pulled back a couple bars, and then lifted. It was that long tail between the Globex high and that 25-minute open range that took you out. Well, you got an opportunity to get back in and ride it up to the high. So NQ, really nice trending afternoon session. Let's take a look at the ES. ES here, again, similar picture as the NQ, not as trending here on a 5-4 flex Renko. And again, I want to go back to the NQ for a moment to note that one of the things I've been looking at most recently is keeping it to a 15-tick chart. That's keeping out a lot of the noise of the 10-7 flex Renko. So if you want to practice with that, go for it. 15 tick, I think you'll save yourself a lot of intraday noise on the charts. All right, so we had the ES. Again, nice move to the up, to the highs here. A little bit of a pullback. Hey, leave the PM session alone, guys. Get that early morning trend if you can off the lows. I believe we almost had a 10-handle rule upside. Nice move, Mr. Top Step. And YM full session, there it was, not much to speak of. I had to drop down to a 6-3 flex Renko on the YM, as there really weren't many setups on the 10-7. So there it is, pocket in the AM session right there, 10-7. A little bit more condensed, didn't really give anything clean. Leave the PM session alone. I wouldn't have touched the YM here today. All right, let's go to the charts. Let's take a look at where we are currently and headed into tomorrow's session. Right now, price action, let's go ahead and move the zone low actually up here as we roll into tomorrow. Zone high, zone low is the Russell here on the CME, RTY hanging out at the 50-10 EMA, not moving much, consolidation in between the two levels. Zone low down here all the way down to 1400. Looking at 1421, again, consolidation right now. I got to go with the momentum still to the upside, but we are in a pullback. We got to get back up above the T350, which would put us above 1414 here, and to reach up to the zone high. But again, just starting to watch this, so I'm not really clear as to which trend I want to go with at this point. I got to go with the Flex Renko. Higher time frame, still clearly strong to the upside as the As you can see, the 534 here in the green, the 5144 in the green. So I got to go with the momentum, but we definitely have some resistance up here. So we got to clear that 50 to get up to the zone high. Until then, we might just pull back to the zone low on the Globex and into tomorrow. Again, we'll reevaluate that in the AM session. NQ, we made ourselves back upside, zone high. There it is, 50% pullback. Watch for that as momentum clearly identified as we start out week 28 to the upside, holding above the cloud, everything in the green. So strong trend to the upside. Again, we'll be watching that 50 SMA upside for resistance. Any pullback, watch for the 10 first through the week, and then watch for the 50% pullback. We got open gaps below, we got the zone low, and anything deeper, we'll be looking all the way down to the 200, but we got a ways to go before we get there. All right, so clearly momentum upside on the NQ. Let's take a look at the ES. ES zone high up here, sitting around that 10 EMA. We finished off last week. Price action losing that support at the 50, but we managed to regain some of that, holding right here at the 10 exponential short-term trend, holding up here at the T350 on the range chart. So right now, momentum shifting to the upside. We got to push above that. So we'll be looking all the way up here to 2437.50 through tomorrow. Any pullback, watch the 50 and to the zone low around 2406, and then even numbers, we're looking at 2400. Last, taking a look at the YM zone high up here, price action holding around the 10 exponential moving average. Consolidation across the board on the YM, so flip a coin, you can go either direction here. Zone high up to 484, zone low all the way down to 50 SMA. So, what can you do? You got to be ready in both directions on the YM. Nothing much to speak of here on the screen share. Again, across the board, crude simply doing its own thing. Let's look at the lower time frame on the crude. Again, there was your market action today. Again, overnight, Globex had from the close down, we got to push back up on the crude. Back upside, nice solid crossover, solid Heikin-Aji bars, nice move, two moves actually here. This was the preferred move, the first move, pull back if you're able to manage the trend and manage it to the upside. Nothing much to speak of on the other three, 6J, GC, and 6E. All right, rolling into tomorrow, let's take a look at the economic calendar. Again, highlights of the week, beige book. We have Yellen testifying both on Wednesday and Thursday, a couple Red Star events, jobless claims, and then finish out on Friday. Tomorrow, a little bit better than today. We got JOLTS and wholesale trade to wrap up the day. Take a look at the technical momentum for the week. Not able to get a video over the weekend, so let's just take a look quickly here as posted right before the pre-market trend on the weekend. Technical momentum outlook for week 28. Again, we're looking for the bigger picture, the possibility of closing some of those downside open gaps that we saw there on the ES and the YM. A lot deeper. That's will be the first level I'll be looking at. NQ, we got two short term there. Again, RTY, not much to speak of yet. So looking for that summer pullback correction. Again, you can check out the technical momentum outlook here for the NQ, the ESYM, and the RTY. But right now, you know, we got a little bit of consolidation across the board. You can see it on the daily gap chart. As long as we break above those 10, 50 period moving averages, with the YM still well above the 50 MA, we can continue to retest those highs upstairs. Otherwise, if we lose that support at the 50, the YM still clearly better above the ES than the YM clearly higher above the 50 than the ES. ES still straggling around both, but those will be the first levels we'll be looking at for support and remaining consolidation. Again, the goal is how many trends can you find intraday? The goal would obviously be 1 to 2. If it takes more to find a pocket of trend, well, it takes a couple more. That's all you got to do. Just keep pushing and finding those pockets each day. All right, Jedi traders, that concludes an insight into the daily trend and key futures markets as I see them each day. Feel free to stop by here at tradingfibs.com or any of my social media outlets. My trading mantra of one simple strategy: any market, any chart, any time frame will keep you disciplined. You can find me every day on Twitter here or at Trading Fibs or on StockTwits, where, that's right, I leave the crystal ball to the experts and I only watch what's in front of me and on my charts, and I keep that bias at the door when trading. It doesn't matter whether we're supposed to be in an up market, a bottom market. It doesn't matter. You just got to be ready intraday for both directions. Long term, a whole nother deal. ETFs, whole nother deal. We're just talking about intraday futures trading. If you're interested, hey guys, drop me an email, David@TradingFibs. You can join us in our community of like-minded traders seeking those highest probability setups. I like to open up the room on Thursday and Fridays. Maybe one day it's not trending. Then we got 2 days to look at the market, see if you like what you see, and then join us in our community. Also, for those of you who know, I talk about Murray math levels. I like to talk about them on the bigger picture. I also use them on an intraday basis just for, again, like I watch Fibonacci lines, or I watch Camarilla pivots, or a daily support resistance, or a pivot line. Murray math levels, another great support. You can check out my video here, Murray math levels, on YouTube or my YouTube channel, and see how you can apply that to your own charts. Guys, the trading place is a rough market. It's a lot of different strategies, so it's a finding those pockets. Hey guys, if 100 ticks on the NQ is a goal for you for the day, it's a good solid target. Stick to that AM session or whatever market you're trading. Don't feel like you got to sit there all 8 hours of the day and trade every single candle that comes on. Again, especially with summer doldrum and long afternoons with just not a lot of price action. Hey guys, we're looking forward to watching the RTY, so keep heads up. Maybe we'll get some other videos out there. Until then, I think I've covered it all. Checking my charts left to right here. Have yourselves a Blue Zone day wherever you may be. And today is National Pina Colada Day. So go out and have yourselves a National Pina Colada. And as shared in the trading room, you guys, new hat. Share that with the trading community out there. Buy yourselves a nice Tilly hat. Lifetime guarantee. And you won't regret it. So have yourselves, again, like I say every day, have yourselves a Blue Zone day. And if you don't know what that is, go look it up. And until then, I think we'll wait until tomorrow to see what the market does. Have yourselves a good day. Have yourselves a good night. And good trading to you.